Now I would like to explain the data mining to be performed on what kind of data. That means on what kind of the data. That means which formats of the data to be used for the data mining, as well as what are the repositories that are to be able to involved, that are able to fit for the data mining. Here we are observe one issue clearly. We can able to perform the data mining on any kind of the data. That may be the text data, that may be the numerical data, that may be any kind, any format of the data. At the same time, the data may be existed on any kind of the storage, or any kind of the data storage or data repository, or any kind of the memory, what it may be, simply we say. In high level, it may be in the database or data warehouse, or in the flat files, or within the cloud, or in any kind. So in the first, I am going to write that the data mining functionality specify the kind of patterns to be mined in data mining task. Right, data mining classified two categories. Right, what kind of the patterns here? Right, the patterns, that means the results we are going to be extracted from the data mining is simply divided into the two categories. One is the descriptive, another one is the predictive. సో డేటా మైనింగ్ ద్వారా మనం ఎటువంటి ప్యాటర్న్స్, ఎటువంటి రిజల్ట్స్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి గెటింగ్. దట్ ఈస్ వాట్ డూ యూ మీన్ బై ది డిస్క్రిప్టివ్. The descriptive mining represents the characteristic of the data. Right, please, the characteristic, the general properties of the data. So I will explain what do you mean by the descriptive mining. Suppose let us consider the human being. One human being is there. So we are going to be explain something about the human being. We say that he is his color is fair. He has a bald head, and he belongs to a particular area and something. These are the descriptive mining. What do you mean by the predictive mining? Predictive mining means we are going to be estimating depending upon the present, the data which we are having in our hands. That means by analyzing the current data, we are going to be estimating the results. How we are going to write means perform interference on the current data in order to make the predictions. That means a particular student, he got 90% in 10th class, he got 90% in plus 2. That means in 10th class means in SSC, and we are going to be, and he got 90% in his undergraduation or in BTech. We are going to be able to say that he is also got the 90%, moreover the 90% actually in his PG, post graduation. So here we are going to be based on these values. That means his performance from 10th class, plus 2, and from the undergraduation. We are going to be estimate. We are going to be predict the post graduation percentage. So the data mining actually mine the different types of the patterns, and these patterns are simply classified. That is, one is the descriptive. That means they are going to be explanation about the data. The second one is the predictive. That is, we are going to be estimate the future outcomes. So the first concept under that one is the concept and class description. So what do you mean by the concept, or what do you mean by the class? The class means the set of data items. The concept means the holistic data we are going to be considered. Descriptions of the individual class or the concept is summarized, concise and precise terms is called class concept descriptions. That means we are going to be say about a the set of students, suppose of a particular class or particular school. Right, the students are very disciplined on that school. The students behave dignifiedly. They are studied well in that school, and like that. So the concept we are going to be explain the academic concept of the students in a particular school. That is the class concept description. Again, this class concept description is divided into two categories. One is the data characterization, and another one is the data discrimination. So what do you mean class concept description means? We are going to be say the summarization in a simple terms, in a precise terms, not a long way, not giving a long and detailed explanation. In precise way, we are going to be explain. Here the characterization, right? The characterization means we are going to be describe about the characteristics, general characteristic of the targeted class. So that means how the third year CSC students are. Third year CSC students are. Third year students are very good. The boys are studying well. Our girls are also good. They are well behaved. They are well disciplined. They are obedient. And something we are going to be say the general characteristics. They always attend to the classes in time. They follow the instructions of the teachers in regular manner. And we are going to be say the general characteristics of the data. So the corresponding user specific class are collected by the data. We are going to be collect these characteristics because these characteristics are already within the data. They are going to be stored in some database or data warehouse. We extract these characteristics. That means we are going to be getting these characteristics from the database and we are going to be perform. And these characteristics are represented or presented by using pie chart, by using bar chart, curves, multimedia cubes, multidimensional like that. That means characterization. Suppose I am going to be asking the suppose third CSC characterization. How I am going to be represent? Suppose in the third CSC, boys are 60% and girls are 40%. So this is simply a pie chart. Or there are 60 students are there. Under 60 students, suppose 40 students are actually 40% or 40 students are above getting 80% and remaining 10 students are getting in between the 70 to 80% of the marks and only the remaining 10 students are getting only below 70% of the marks. Suppose I am going to be say that the major class are going to be getting greater than 80% and the remaining that 10% is in between 70 and 80 and less than 70 or some. So we are going to be representing the characteristics, right? The characterization of the data either by using the bar charts and actually pie charts like that. Suppose we are going to be compare, that is the boys and girls. Boys are 60% and girls are 40% within the class, right? So this is maybe the bar chart like that. So that is the data characterization or class the character. What is the discrimination? The discrimination means actually here we are going to be perform what actually we are going to be compare between how the third CSC people and how the second CSC people. So here I am going to be compare the second CSC and suppose the third CSC, right? The students. So the two target classes of data objects are one or set of contrasting classes, right? I am going to be try to comparison of two target classes. I am going to be compare second CSC with third CSC. The target and contrasting classes can be specified by the user and corresponding data objects are retrieved through the database queries. So that means the user specify the contrasting objects, the two objects or the two classes. What are the objects we are going to be compare? That means here I am going to be consider the second CSC and third CSC are the two classes or the two objects that are going to be compared. Who are the good performers, or who are the good in sports, or who are the good in academics, or who are the good in discipline, and every manner. For example, here I am going to write one example comparing the products. That means now the products of the home appliances actually are in this summer the sales of the ACs compared to the in 2021 with the sales of the ACs in 2020 or cost of the AC in 2021 and cost of AC in 2020 like that. That means either by using the different parameters, here I am going to be consider the time as the parameter or the sales as the parameter or the in academic sector I am going to be consider the marks as the parameter. So this is the class concept descriptions. The descriptions are again two types. One is the characterization, that means explaining the the characteristics or the features of the data, and the second one is the discrimination. That means one object or one data class to be compared with the other data objects. I come to the next point. So what kind of the mining results we are going to be produce? Frequent patterns and association correlation. Here we are going to be say what do you mean by the frequent patterns? The frequent patterns means the things which are more frequently appear in the transactional database. That means which are more repeatedly appear in the each and every data transaction. Suppose I am going to be write the same. The frequent item set typically refers to a set of items that are oftenly appear in a transactional data. Suppose I am oftenly have a tea per the day. That means 3 to 4 times I am having the tea at drink tree. Then tea is a frequent item here actually. So here also the same. I am going to be consider the market basket analysis here. Suppose the person who goes to the market, suppose he purchase the bread, he certainly purchase the milk. Suppose he purchase the milk, he certainly purchase the bread, like that. So these two are the frequent items. Suppose the children are goes to the shop or market, they certainly purchase the chocolate. So the chocolate is the frequent purchase item in the children's shopping, right? That is the frequent item. So on the frequent items, frequent patterns, we are going to find the frequent. What do you mean by the association analysis? The association analysis represents the relation between these frequent items. So here I am going to write association analysis is a discovery or association rules. Here say I am write as a rule, or I am going to be say that is the relation actually showing attribute with value condition that occur frequently on a given set of the data. That means we are going to be explain the relation between the two frequent items, that is x and y. So suppose one person is purchase X, he is automatically purchase Y, right? That means the children who purchase actually for whom we are going to purchase the shoe, actually shoe, we certainly purchase the socks, right? For the children, suppose we are going to be purchase the shoe, we certainly purchase the socks. Suppose we purchase the pencil for the children, we certainly purchase the eraser. So these two are the frequent items. So we are these pencil and eraser, the shoe and socks are integrated, the related by using the some value. What is the value here? I am going to write the association. The association is simply represented like that. That is we are using A tends to B, and here we are going to write S and C. So what the two values, S and C are the two values, where S is the support and C is the confidence. Actually, I will give you one example here. One person who certainly buys a computer, he certainly buys a software. Here something is there. The person who buys the computer, he certainly buys the software. And here we write that S and C, the support and actually and confidence values. So what do you mean by the support and confidence? The support means the support means that is a reality, that is the real issue. That means suppose out of the 10 members, suppose who purchase the computer, they are certainly purchase the software. That means there are the 10 transactions, there are the 10 members actually who purchase the pencil pencil. Out of these 10 members, 2 members certainly, out of 10 members, two members or 3 members certainly purchase eraser. That means here pencil and eraser is an association. Here the support is 2. The support is 2. What do you mean by the confidence? The remaining out of the remaining 8 members, at least 5 members will be purchase the eraser. This is the only the imaginary. This is only the estimation. The confidence is only the estimation, right? The shopkeeper estimate. Suppose he purchase he keeps one item in a stock. The most of the people will purchase the same item. Suppose a shopkeeper of the home needs, he keep the Onida ACs, 10 ACs in his shop. he feels that at least 8 to he may sell at least 8 to 9 ACs, Honda ACs in a month. But actually, this is only the estimation, but really he may sell 5 ACs. That means this is the reality value or real value, that is the support, and this is the estimation, that is the imaginary value, that is known as the confidence. But here we are going to be understand one more thing. The association is not only always between the two parameters, like pen and pencil, milk and bread, and shoe and socks, like that. Actually, in association analysis, we may integrate more parameters. Here in below, I write one more example, that is the people who are in between the 20 and 29 years, and who has the income, that is this is the age is the one parameter. Another one is the income, that is 40K, that means 40,000 to in between 49K, that means in between the 50,000, this is the salary. They certainly purchase the laptop. They certainly purchase the laptop. So we can here we can understand this one. Actually, the whose age is 20 to 29 and the salary is more than 40,000, they certainly purchase the laptop. Here also we are going to be use that the support is 2%. Actually, out of the 100 people, only the two people whose age and between the 20 to 29 and whose salary in between the 40 to 49,000 are only the two people are really purchase the laptop. What about the remaining 98% people, 98 people? Out of the 98, 60% people. That means moreover 58 members are, we are estimating they are also to be purchased. This is the association rule, right? These kind of association patterns we are going to be mined by using the data mining. The next one is the classification and regression. What do you mean by the classification? That means we are going to be we are going to be making classes, different classes of the data. So here I'm going to the process of finding the set of models that describes the distinguished data classes or the concepts. That means we are going to be frame the set of models on the data. Suppose I am going to be say consider the students. I am going to be divide the students based on certain value, also based on certain things. That means concept. The model is developed based on the analysis of set of training data. I am going to be consider the training data. That the training data means the data which we are going to be consider for experiment. That means the example data. Simply, we can, and we are going to be consider the students depending upon the value of the gender, that means male or female. We are going to be divide them as a boys and girls, boys and girls. Actually, so these are the two are the, suppose we are this class, the class means set of data items, that means students, the set of students of the class, right? This class is divided into the two depending upon the gender, actually parameter, boys and girls. So there are several boys are there, this is the class label. Girls is the other class label. Simply under again the boys are divided into the several categories depending maybe on the age. I am going to be say that actually less than 15 years, between less than 15 years, that is the high school, and in between the 18 years less than 19 years, I am going to 18 to 19 years, I am going to be say that the plus 2, and the greater than 19 years I am going to be say that those are the undergraduation. So depending upon certain value, that is the age, that is less than 15, and that is those are studying the high school. This is the class level of the high school boys, and this is the class level of the intermediate or the plus 2 boys, and this is the class level of the undergraduation, that is the degree or actually the engineering boys, right? The derived model may be represented in the various forms, the classification if then else rules. That means here also less than and greater than if then else, we know that if the age less than 15 years they are studying high school, like that. And decision trees, so what I am going to be draw here, that is simply a decision tree. Actually, suppose I am going to be say that the engineering, actually engineering, the engineering depending upon the subject they are studying, I am going to be divided into the three, that equal to ECE or CSC or civil, right? I am going to be consider. Again, the ECE is depending upon the course or the time, that is the second year or third year or fourth year. So on our second year, some fellows are there, some students are there. So the second year is the class level, actually, like that. So we are going to be classify the data depending upon if-else rules. That means by using depending upon the certain value, that are certain parameter classification parameter, right? The classification parameter is also uh, useful to find out the class levels. That is second year, third year, or that is the ECE branch, CSE branch, or civil branch. Not only we are going to be using the flowcharts like tree structure, we do not that is attribute values. Each branch represent the outcome of the test. That means CSE. So each branch, this branch represent outcome of the CSE branch or second year students, right? And tree leaves represent the class or distribution. What class? Secondary class, like that. Not only the decision trees we are going to be using, we are also using the neural networks. Actually, the neural networks, suppose like the neurons, we are going to be consider some nodes. The nodes are interconnected, suppose in some way. So there is some weights 2, 3, 4, and again these are interconnected with other nodes, right? So something right we are going to be getting certain depending upon the processing of the nodes and the edges between that one based on certain weights. We are also classify the thing. So not only the decision trees, that means I'm going to write simply decision trees and neural networks. We are also use the some Bayesian classification and support vector machines and k nearest neighbor machines, and these are the techniques we are to classify the data. The next one we are going to be perform the regression. So what do you mean by the regression? We can understand the regression is a statistical methodology that is the most oftenly used for the numeric prediction. So what is the suppose we are going to be getting 2, 3, 7, 9, 12 like that. What is the sum of the summation? Summation of, suppose let us consider this value is t, summation of t, or mean value of t, or mode. Suppose the mode of t, or median, certain statistical methods, right? Mode means the most frequent item which is in the set. The summation, we know that that is the addition. The mean means the average of the data elements and everything, right? The statistical methods we use it for the numerical prediction. So the other methods exist as well. Regression also encompass identification of the distribution trends, distribution of the trends, how the data is distributed, right? We are going to be predict the regression, how the data is scattered, right? The classification regression may need to be predicted relevant analysis. This is very important, right? Relevant analysis to identify the attributes significantly relevant. How much these two things are relevant to each other, are similar to each other. So the person that is the one is the solid items, another one is the liquid items. So the bread is the solid item and milk is the liquid item. How when one person purchases the bread, he certainly purchases the milk. So uh, actually not only the association, the classification of the things, and also regression is also be used. The next one is the cluster analysis. What do you mean by the clustering? Grouping, right? The clustering means nothing but the grouping of the data into different groups. So what is the things we are going to be consider the basic factor or the basic phenomena behind the cluster analysis means the similarity is very higher similarity between the intra-group elements. That means between these elements there are the much more similarity and less similarity between the intergroups. Suppose let us consider this is the group A and this is the group B. So this is the item X1 and item X2. There is a much more similarity in between the item and X1 and X2, and there is some Y1 in this group. There is a very less similarity between the X and Y. Right? That means the intersection qualities between the X1 between the x1 and x2 is very high, but that means the maximum value or maximum probability may be 1 between the x and y. The intersection of between x and y may be moreover equal to 0. That means moreover dissimilar, the x and y are the right. So this is the cluster analysis. Actually here I am saying that the 2D plat cluster data with respect to the customer location in a city. So the major three areas are there. uh, one is the some market area or the commercial area. Most of the people are living here, and another one is the downtown. That means the slum, like that. Something is there, and another one is the far away from the city. Actually, let us consider like that. Actually, the next kind of the pattern of how what we are going to be mined by using the data mining techniques is the outlier analysis. Actually, the outlier, what do you mean by the outlier? That means which is deviated, which has the different characteristics, the data which is deviated from the set of data elements. That means we are not want that one. Suppose I am going to write that 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 14, 16, like that. So here the 9 is an outlier because the remaining all are actually even numbers. This is the outlier. Or something I'm going to write again like that, that equal to 14, 19, 18, 21, 24, or 8.3. The 8.3 is actually the floating point number or the real number. The remaining all the integers or whole numbers. So this is the outlier. So the outlier is very useful to find out which has the exhibiting the different characteristics. It may be a good sign or sometimes it may be the bad sign. Suppose a person who using this credit card or ATM card, he is going to be wrongly type more than 3 times his pin. Why the card is blocked? The system will be predict that he is not the owner of the card. So we are using the outlier analysis mainly for the fraud fraud detection, and they may be also be useful in other cases. So we are going to be mine the outlier analysis, outlier elements. So friends, these are the things we are able to mine, or these are the results we are going to be getting, patterns we are going to be getting by using the data mining. That means outlier, the above one is the cluster, the above one is the regression, the above one is the classification, the above one is the association actually between the elements, and the above one is the frequent patterns and discrimination and character descriptions. One is the discrimination and characterization. Not only these two, these few, we are able to getting the different formats or different patterns of the data by using the data mining techniques. Okay friends, I hope you all are understanding this video. Okay, thank you.